Today, we're diving into a powerful idea: karma, cause and effect, how Hermeticism explains the energy you send out. Think about that for a moment. Every action you take, every word you speak, and even every thought you hold is like a pebble dropped into a pond. It creates ripples that go far beyond what you can see, reaching and affecting everything in their path. Imagine the power you hold in each of those moments. Yes, right now, with every choice you make. Ancient wisdom has spoken about this power for thousands of years. From Buddhist teachings on karma to the Hermetic principle of cause and effect, there's a thread that connects our thoughts and actions to the realities we experience. According to Hermeticism, one of the oldest philosophical traditions we know, nothing is random, nothing is pure luck, and nothing happens without leaving a mark. This principle reminds us that everything we do, whether consciously or unconsciously, has a lasting impact on the world around us and ultimately on our own lives. So what if I told you that your life isn't shaped by random events, but by the energy you send out every single day? The ripple effect we create isn't limited to the big, obvious choices. It's woven into the small, daily thoughts, reactions, and responses we have as we go about our lives. How you choose to respond to challenges, how you treat others, and even how you speak to yourself in those quiet, private moments. All of these choices are shaping your life in more ways than you might realize. Let's take a closer look at the Hermetic principle of cause and effect. In Hermetic philosophy, this idea holds a simple yet profound truth. Nothing happens by accident. There's no random event that just appears without a reason behind it. Instead, every effect we experience is linked back to a cause. This principle applies universally to the vast movements of planets and stars and to the small but powerful choices we make every day. It invites us to see life as interconnected, where each action we take sends ripples outward, connecting and influencing everything around us. Imagine every thought, every intention, and every action you take as a cause that sends out energy, just like that pebble in the pond. The ripples from each thought or action extend beyond us, touching the people, situations, and environments we interact with. And just like in nature, these ripples often find a way back to us, sometimes in unexpected forms. This isn't just theory, it's a practical way of understanding how our choices shape our lives. Whether it's the energy we bring into a room, the way we treat others, or even our attitude toward ourselves, every bit of energy we send out contributes to the world we create. You may have heard the Hermetic saying, "As above, so below." This ancient phrase means that just as there are natural laws governing the cosmos, there are similar laws that govern our own lives and experiences. The same balance that guides the stars above guides us here on Earth. It's a reminder that our lives follow patterns, not of fate, but of choices. The principle of cause and effect asks us to step back and recognize these patterns. It's an invitation to see that our thoughts, decisions, and intentions all have effects that will eventually find their way back to us. This principle hands us incredible power and responsibility. It's easy to see ourselves as passive players in a world that just happens to us. But cause and effect tells us we're active participants, contributing to the world with every intention and interaction. Knowing this, what kind of energy do we want to put out there? What kind of ripples do we want to send through our lives and into the lives of others? Now let's look at karma, something most of us have heard of. Karma is the idea that what goes around comes around, suggesting that our good actions bring positive outcomes and harmful actions bring negative results. It's like a moral scale that's always balancing itself, rewarding good and punishing bad. And while karma and cause and effect sound similar, they work on slightly different principles. Karma is often thought of as a force of moral justice, where good and bad deeds carry weight. It's easy to think of it as cosmic justice, and that's comforting to many people. But the Hermetic principle of cause and effect is more neutral. It's not a judge or jury. It's just a law of nature. Think of it like gravity. Gravity doesn't care if you're dropping a feather or a stone, it just makes things fall. Cause and effect works the same way. It doesn't assign moral labels to our actions. It simply ensures that every cause has its effect and every effect has a cause. Here's a simple way to think about it. If you plant seeds of kindness, kindness grows. It's not because kindness is good or bad, but because energy follows energy. Similarly, if you plant seeds of anger, anger will find ways to return to you. This isn't about punishment or reward, it's just a natural outcome. The universe reflects back to us the energy we send out, much like a mirror shows us the image we project in front of it. Imagine tossing a ball against a wall. No matter what you throw, it bounces back to you at the same speed and angle. That's cause and effect. It's not personal, it's not emotional, it's simply a response. Often we may not even realize the energy we're putting out there, and then we're surprised when it comes back to us. Think of times you've been angry or frustrated with someone, only to have those feelings come back at you in different ways. This principle isn't about judgment. It's an invitation to become aware of our energy and to take responsibility for the ripples we're sending out. When we truly grasp this idea, we realize that we have the power to shape our lives. Karma may speak to us about moral responsibility, urging us to do good so that good things come back. But cause and effect asks us to look at life from a wider, more neutral lens. It tells us that the ripples we create will eventually return, not as a reward or punishment, but simply because that's the way energy moves. There's freedom in this understanding. It takes away the need for judgment and places the focus back on intention. What kind of energy are you putting out, and are you ready to meet it again when it circles back? So here's where we come to the idea of becoming architects of our own lives. Cause and effect doesn't leave us as passive observers. It gives us the tools to shape our experiences, showing us that we're not just here to react to life's events, but to actively shape our reality through the choices we make. Every thought, every word, and every action is a seed that we plant in the garden of our lives. Some of these seeds grow into beautiful experiences, and others, maybe, into weeds we didn't intend to grow. But ultimately, we have the power to choose which seeds to plant. Let's make this personal. Imagine you're the gardener of your own life. Every day, you're planting seeds that will grow into the future you live. Some seeds will bring joy, peace, and fulfillment. Others may lead to struggle or discomfort. The garden you cultivate is shaped by these daily choices. What kind of garden do you want to grow? Do you want one filled with peace, abundance, and joy? Or do you want one overrun with stress, conflict, and fear? Realizing we're the architects of our lives can be humbling, even a little intimidating, but it's also incredibly empowering. One practical way to be a conscious creator is to bring awareness to our thoughts and actions, especially those that seem small or insignificant. Instead of moving through life on autopilot, we can pause and reflect on what kind of energy we want to send out. Let's say you're feeling frustrated with someone at work or home. Rather than reacting with anger or impatience, you can choose to respond with understanding or even just patience. That small shift changes the energy you send out, which in turn changes the kind of energy you'll receive. This brings us to another key concept: breaking free from habitual reactions. We all have default settings, ways we react without thinking, especially under stress. But these automatic responses often lead us to send out energy we don't want coming back to us. So next time you feel that familiar frustration or irritation rising up, try to catch yourself. Take a breath, pause, and ask, what kind of energy do I want to send out right now? It's a small but powerful shift, one that turns a reactive moment into a conscious choice. And here's a freeing thought: not everything is within our control, and that's okay. While we can influence our reality, there are things that lie beyond our reach. This natural balance is part of life, a reminder that while we shape our own gardens, we're still part of a larger ecosystem. When we accept this, we free ourselves from the constant struggle to control everything. Instead, we can focus on what's truly within our reach. Our thoughts, our actions, our choices. We're part of a bigger design, and sometimes the greatest wisdom is to trust it. So we arrive at the heart of the Hermetic principle of cause and effect, where we understand that we are not passive recipients of life. We are conscious creators, shaping our lives with every thought, choice, and action. Each moment offers an opportunity to choose the energy we want to send out, knowing it will one day return. So I'll leave you with a simple but powerful question. What energy are you choosing to send into the world today? Because that choice, made again and again, will create the reality you live. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope this exploration has sparked new insights and moments of reflection. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts with our community. Together, we're exploring these mysteries and learning to live with intention. With that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time as we dive deeper into life's mysteries. Until then, remember, choose your energy and create your reality.